Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fuel for Success. This is Wednesday, the 3rd of September, episode 175. That's a big number. Just blew me away when I looked at it right now, 175. It's good to see y'all here. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning. September is in full swing. If you weren't ready, that's too bad. It's happening. I'm here with my good friend, co-host, cohort, partner in crime, the one and only Matt Maddox. How are you today, my friend?
Hey, buddy, good morning to you, and I'm excited about today's show. This is one of our favorites, To sit here and talk about God it is a pleasure. It is an honor. It is fun to deal with this subject of God and spirituality and faith and helping people grow stronger in their walk with God. So I'm blessed. It's good to see everybody live today. Those that are watching live, thank you. Those that are watching on the archive, thank you as well. Mike, we have people that literally watch our show every day. Like, that is humbling to us to think that there are people that give 30 minutes of their day to watch this show. And that's why we're very focused on bringing you the best that we can give, and really deal with life's real issues. And we're not afraid of the tough questions. And so, therefore, that's what this show is all about. It's the live Q&A. So, you could get in our chat box and ask any question you want. And we're not afraid of the tough questions. So, we're all about being honest, being real, being transparent, and giving you what we have. So, looking forward to it. I know, Mike, this is episode 175, and just 25 more shows, we will have broken 200. That would be pretty amazing. So, how are you?
I'm
ready to fly out tomorrow? Are you packed? Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm mentally ready. I have not even begun to pack, but that's not unusual for me. So it's going to be amazing. Seattle Mission 25 coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it is going to be amazing. I love Seattle, man. Seattle's one of my favorite cities. Seattle hits my top 5. One of my top 5 favorite cities. So I'm looking forward to being there. Just pray it don't rain. You know how it is. We've been blessed. Our last 3 years straight, we've had sunshine in Seattle, which is literally extremely rare.
Yeah. Hey, a couple of quick bookkeeping type issues. If you want to ask a question in the chat box or down below, that's great. You can also email them to me, mike@mattmaddox.com. You can text them in at 727-341-5599. And one other quick, I had a question come in on email asking about, so one of the things that Spreecast changed is there are sometimes pre-roll advertising, and you may be seeing advertising when you're watching the replay and so forth. And the question was, hey, should I click on those? Do y'all make money from that? We don't. Those pre-roll ads that Spreecast does that. That's their advertising, so we're not profiting in any way from that. In full disclosure, if you do buy one of the books from the links that are on the show notes at fuelforsuccess.tv, that's an Amazon affiliate link. We will make maybe a couple of dollars from that. So otherwise, that's how it goes. So we're flying to Seattle. That would be a really long drive for Matt. That's like about as far as you can go and still be in the continental United States.
Serge is telling us we're wearing too much blue. Should I go change, Serge? Mike and I never plan. It's not like we text each other and say, hey, buddy, I'm wearing blue. You wear blue.
It's actually kind of green. It's kind of green, but it's a little washed out in the video. So it might be my daylight studio lights here. Yeah, we never plan our wardrobe. That would be just weird.
That would be like I went into Starbucks yesterday, okay? They have them little couches? There were 2 grown men sitting on, it was like a love seat couch, like a small one, sitting there like just drinking coffee and talking to each other. And I wanted to walk up to them and say, guys, let me get you a chair and one of you sit in a chair. Because I'm not feeling the vibe of you guys sitting on this couch. Like Mike and I would never do that with any of my guy friends, ever. Like literally never. I would stand. I would like kneel. I would sit on the floor. I would go to any extreme I got a kick out of it so bad. I tried to sneak a picture, but they kept looking at me. So I was like trying to be smooth about it. I was like holding my phone like this. I was like pretending like I was reading the text. I just couldn't pull off the picture. Anyway,
Hey, one of my favorite things to do is if you're at a restaurant and they got like the booths. Let's say I go with two of my buddies, and I'll sit like in the middle on one side, so the two of them have to sit on the other side. Then I'll excuse myself to the restroom and I'll wait a really long time, so the two of them are sitting on the booth this together alone.
anytime that's ever happened, if Mike and I were out to eat, maybe we were both in the same booth, and someone got up, one of us immediately gets up. I mean, within seconds.
Move around the other side.
It's just one of those things. Either you're a guy or you're not. I'm a guy. I'm sorry. I am a guy, dudes. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I can say. That's it. Let's go to our subjects, Mike.
Because today's spirituality. Let's get there.
Show you how spiritual I am. I believe in being kind and considerate, but I'm not sitting next to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. I'm not.
Oh,
Anyway,
you know,
it's a whole other show, Mike.
I take my spirituality very seriously. I take my relationship with God seriously, but I'm also a guy.
Let me throw this out there, okay? Let's for 1 minute suppose that it was not immoral to be homosexual. I still could not even imagine ever one time looking at a dude and choosing a dude over a woman. Like I literally creation was imperfect. It was not complete. The very final thing that God created was a woman. I mean, it was the best for last. I literally could not imagine. Forget morale. Let's say the Bible doesn't even exist. Let's just say we live on this planet. Dude, I literally don't get what a guy sees in another guy over a woman. That is the most... I will live to be shocked until I'm 98. When I say shocked, I know how accepted it is today. I'm still shocked. When I see dudes holding hands in the mall, I'm not a basher. I'm not. I reach for them. I'm kind to them. I really am. But I'm talking just from a logistics point of view, my friends. I want to say to these dudes, do you have any clue what you're missing out on? You literally have no idea. Anyways, that's a whole other subject. I just want to give my 2 cents because everybody else is giving theirs, so I'm giving mine. It's our show. That's my view, my friends.
So you're saying it's just hard for you to unpack that totally. I just don't get it. I'm the same. I'm with you.
Hard. When I say hard, I mean hard. I mean even I've got friends that are that way. And I've asked them. I said, look, let's have a mature talk here. And I'm talking friends. I'm telling you, I'm not a hater. And I'm I just need an explanation because I don't see it. I literally don't see it. But anyways, I don't know how we got off on that subject.
Yeah, you just sort of went there. That's all. Hey, let's get let's get to our first question here. Might be a good thing to do now.
Let's ban whoever this Al guy is. Let's ban him. My man's trying to call me out because I like to take photos, my friend. I tease Caleb all the time. I said, Caleb, there'll be a funeral one day, bub. There will be. There will be a funeral, and I'll be in that casket, and you'll be glad I took pictures. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. I'm all about hitting hard sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just go for the lump in the throat effect. I did that yesterday to Caleb while we were at the ball game. He's like, wow, Dad, okay, I get it. Take a picture. I looked at him. I was like, there's going to be a funeral one day, bub. Hear me? You're literally going to be in a suit. You're going to get out of a car. You're going to be wearing sunglasses. You're going to walk into your own pop's funeral, Bubba. To me. It's going to happen. Anyway, let's talk, Mike. Tell us what's in store today, my friend.
Hey, let me ask you this first of all. Some people tend to be, I don't know what the right word is, shy or embarrassed about their faith. And why do you think that is? And maybe what are some tips to overcome that?
Well, that's normal. We all want to be accepted by people. We all want to be liked. And you got to understand there's for for many years, people have thought it to be weird to be a Christian, right? Till you got people like, there's such a movement right now. This is what I don't get, why the church isn't more awake. You got these documentaries like God's Not Dead coming out. You had the Passion of Christ, and it was the most, even the Bible series on TV, the most watched series of all, right? You have people like Tim Tebow coming out on national TV in front of literally millions upon millions, giving God glory, Like, it used to not be as, believe it or not, like, being hardcore about your faith is actually in. I mean, it's actually in. That's why I don't get why the church is still so closet about it, So, like, scared. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's actually cool. It's actually, like, accepted to be hardcore about your faith. In fact, the problem is, if you're giving off a Christianity that's just, oh, yeah, I go to church on Sundays, that bores today's society. They want radical stuff. They want hardcore. Like, the more hardcore you are, believe it or not, the more accepted you'll be by society. So I think those that are shy about sharing their faith or shy about admitting that they're a Christian, I tell Caleb all the time, son, broadcast it. Are you kidding? Be extreme about it, because that's what the world is looking for. Like, they want that, I mean, how many Facebook posts I've seen of people that watch God's Not Dead that said, I need to start going to church again. This got me excited, because of just the rawness of it, What's your take on it, Mike?
Well, I completely agree with that. I'm trying to adjust my audio here. Sorry, in my new studio, first day of school here, so school bus is right outside. But even back, and of course in my history, I was an atheist years ago. And even when I was an atheist, I thought, either you have to believe that there's life, after death, and that you're going to go somewhere, or you should pour all of your energy into inhabiting some other planet, because otherwise you're disingenuous, right? Either you got to go somewhere. Like, if you're just melancholy and unpassionate about anything, then I can't really respect you. But anybody who says, they don't believe in God and they don't believe they're going to go somewhere after they die, then why are you just allowing the human race to, it's going to end? We know that if we're to believe that camp, that this planet is doomed eventually anyways, so all humans are doomed. Why wouldn't you inhabit another planet? So, and people in our world today can embrace that sort of passion. Like, if you're going to do something, do it. Be authentic about it. Being wishy-washy about it. Exactly. Being wishy-washy in today's society just doesn't fly.
Yeah, when that's exactly right. Whenever you're passive about Christianity or faith, you lose people's attention. Even if they disagree with you, right? Even if this is why Islam is and last time I checked, I think now it's the fastest growing religion. Believe it or not, the extreme, the intensity, it's what people want. They really do. Like, people actually want something that's like, I mean, if you're not gonna capture people's attention today being average or boring. You're just not. That's why when I walk into churches, I'm like, guys, you're not gonna grab your community's attention doing it like this. You're way too passive. You're way too, just. You got to do something different, man. You got to get out into the community. Every once in a while, like, literally, we used to go I would stand up to our church and say, let's go have church outside. Grab a chair, let's go outside, we're going to have church. Like, just to, mix it up and let people that are driving by just see, man, that church they're intense. That's what those prayer marches were all about. Remember? I mean, we did a prayer march in Times Square, my friends. We've done them in Detroit, Denver, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., New York City, Dallas, Houston. Literally almost every major city in America, we've done a major intense prayer march. Remember those? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Is the amount of people that came out of these clubs. Here, these people real cool, dressed in really nice clothes, good-looking people, right? Party animals. Dude, they came out with massive respect. For every one person that might have thrown a beer bottle at us or, told us to get lost. Hundreds respected what we were doing. The fact that we were that intense about our faith to be out
Yep.
there and, having a Jesus party in the middle of the streets.
And not necessarily just Christian folks either. I mean, I talked to actually Muslim people that were like, wow, this is unbelievable. I had no idea that Christians ever did anything like this. We're like,
We were like, us either. No, just Anyway, let's go on to the next question, Mike. Tell us what we got in store today, my friend.
Hey, that's good. I appreciate that that insight. This is an interesting question. What is one of your favorite chapters in the Bible? Of course, we know that the Bible is a huge impact in our spirituality. We need to read the Bible every day. But personally, what's one of your favorite chapters?
You know what? One of my favorites, and I have probably 5 favorites, but one of my favorites, believe it or not, is Psalms 23. And Psalms 23 is so avoided or overlooked, or we miss the power of it because it's our funeral chapter, so we just kind of read it at the beginning of funerals. But man, it is such a there are so many powerful principles in Psalms 23. It's one of my favorites. Psalms 91, Psalms 27, Proverbs 3. I love 1 Corinthians 13. I really do. The love chapter is power to me. If every couple on the planet read 1 Corinthians 13 and lived it, we would eliminate the majority of relationship problems, right? I mean, literally. I mean, so I love the Bible. I really do. I love the Bible because it's got so many. It literally is. It's like what the Bible says. It's a lamp to our feet. It's a light to our path. It literally shows us where to go, what to do, how to live our lives. Every area of our life, if we follow the Bible, we would have prosperity. We would have success. Even following the Bible makes you healthier. It really does. If we really followed the Bible the way we should, we'd have better relationships. We'd have better energy. We'd have better life, better money, better family. We'd have better everything. So those are some of my top favorite chapters in the Bible for me. What about you, Mike?
A couple of places I could go. Definitely Hebrews 11. And I love Deuteronomy 6, the whole chapter. Most of us are familiar with the Shema, right? Deuteronomy 6:4, which is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. But continue reading that chapter and read about the admonition to the children of Israel to study the Word, to meditate on the Word, to take it with them, to teach their children, to teach their friends, to talk about it and think on it and those sort of things. And that's a powerful chapter. And I'm trying to remember the exact chapter, but I love the whole book of 2 Kings. 1 and 2 Kings are some of my favorite. I love reading the historical things that happened there with Joshua but those are some of my favorites there.
Awesome.
Good. And I'm shocked that nobody weighed in on what their favorite is on chat. Is our chat box not working? Nobody. Where's the
Yeah,
love?
just run them out. Tommy's awesome. I know our chatters are quiet today.
Maybe it's.
What's going on there?
Apparently it's the apocalypse. I'm not sure. Oh, just the garbage truck. That's all. Just learning the schedule of the new place,
Jesse, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to type out Deuteronomy, so I just put duty for short, my friend. No disrespect intended for the book of Deut.
Call it the Deut.
So, yeah.
The dudes.
And you know what? I don't feel like by me saying Deut or duty that God is one bit upset. So, Mike, tell us what else is in store today, man.
You totally froze up on me. I'm assuming you asked me what the next question is, so I'm just going to go there.
Yes.
And, of course, we're talking about spirituality today, and just like any part of your life, whether it's your health or your finances, your relationships, your spirituality will sort of have an ebb and flow and a rhythm to it. And sometimes it'll be, extremely pumped to be on a mountaintop spiritually. Other times you'll be in a valley. What do you do when you're spiritually dry? When you feel sort of dry spiritually, what do you do about that? How do you overcome that?
Yeah, it's just funny that Karen's calling us out for sitting side by side on this show. That's actually a good point. Now I feel awkward. Exactly. There we go. Wait, I would have to be like that.
So I can't see the screen now. I can't read the chat. I need a little mirror thing.
There you go. That's better. That might be how we. When I do when I'm spiritually dry is I go. You know what I do? To be honest, I'm going to be honest here. I literally have a raw talk with God, but it's different, and I don't want anybody to laugh at me. But if I ever feel spiritually dry, I actually pull up a chair. It works for me. I pull up a chair, I sit in it, and I pull up another chair, and I say, Lord, this is one of those days I just need to talk, and I need to get some things off my chest, and then let you know, Lord, that I'm really spiritually dry to the point I don't even know how to pray like I normally pray. I'm in a valley here. I'm a little dry in my spirit, I'm not feeling the fire like I should. And literally having a real long heart-to-heart with God, it does wonders for me, pulling me out. 2 is a fast, taking a day, believe it or not, or 2 to fast. 3 is, praying in the Spirit. 4 is going out and winning a soul. Literally, some of you are dry because you haven't won a soul in a while. Going out serving the poor has a way of reviving my spirit. Getting around spiritual people, believe it or not, because they can feed into you. They can pour into you. This is why Mike calls me every day, because I'm so spiritual that, it keeps him fired up. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah, exactly. Those are the things that the basics always work. The basics are the basics for a reason. They always work. And then, of course, when you're spiritually dry, increasing, maybe your praise and worship, put more gospel music, more dancing in the house. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do, Mike. Is there anything different that you would do when you're dry, my friend?
First of all, I'm really liking the vibe of this. This is really comfortable. I got my feet up over here now, and we talked about this being a virtual coffee shop, so I'm feeling the coffee shop vibe right now. First of all,
I'm gonna chill as well.
It's a little bit chill.
I need everyone to know this. You might see this cup every day, okay? I wash it. I need everyone to know I wash it daily, literally, soap and water wash it. But I use it every day because it's stainless steel. And this is what I put my tea in. Okay? There. I just need everyone to know, Mike. It's my favorite cup. I love it. And if you're ever out shopping and you see a big stainless steel cup, buy me one, and we'll be friends forever.
I never wash this. I'm just kidding.
Mike, you have a way of making me laugh, dude. Oh, my Lord Jesus.
I probably wouldn't wash it. But,
spirituality is laughter.
Laughter is good. And
here, last what's in my cup. This is silver needle tea and watermelon tea and a coconut cherry pina colada tea. It's jamming. This is like the tea you would drink in the islands, my friends. It's my own combination. It's really good.
Sounds wonderful. One of the things that, from my standpoint, overcoming, dryness or that sort of, I don't know if dryness is the right word for me, maybe more of a lull or a, lack of momentum spiritually. One of the things that I like to do is actually related to physical exercise. If I take a long walk and I pray, if I'm praying and usually it's just kind of like your chair analogy. It's just a conversation with God. I'll go on a walk, and there's something about that physical activity, as I'm walking, or even I'm on a treadmill or an elliptical or something, and I'm just having a chat with God. That's one of the things that I like to do that seems to help me a lot. And of course, it's a relative thing. What's dry to me, what's dry to you. It's just a lower period of your spirituality. That's not to say that we're backslid or anything, right? Just you have those, you have a natural ebb and flow in your life, and sometimes you got to try to ramp it up. And so that's kind of what I do. Fasting is a great thing, and we've actually had a lot of questions about fasting related to both health and spirituality. So we could probably do a series of shows on fasting, but there is, a lot of times that.
I'm listening. A lot of times, what, Mike?
Our flesh and our spirit kind of war, and one of the things that fasting does is sort of pushes down the flesh and allows the spirit a little more of the energy, some of your life energy that your flesh may take otherwise.
That's good.
So you were saying we should do a series on fasting?
Yeah, I'd prefer to wait a little bit because I'm really not in the mood to fast right now. So maybe give it maybe 6 months ish. Maybe we'll visit that subject. No, I'm just kidding. I actually believe in fasting. I feel like I live a fast though because I juice so much. But anyways, no, it actually is really important to fast. Actually, for your immune system, you're right. Not only from a spiritual and the health perspective. It's really good if you could fast one day a week and give your body a break, literally. So we'll talk about that, though. Mike, another thing to do when you're spiritually dry is go to Mission 25, and I'm not joking about that. That will totally wake you up and send an electric, just earth-shattering, shaking revival in your soul. I mean, literally, Mission 25 is probably the number one thing you should do if you're spiritually dry. It has a way of it does. And then, of course, Mike, listening to preaching, YouTube has thousands of preaching messages on there that you literally can go watch for free. So, those are the little things that I do. Good, Sherry. We can't wait to meet you. Sherry's going to be in New Orleans. This will be awesome. It'll be good to finally meet her. I mean, I met her many, many years ago in Georgia, but, see her again. So, Mike, what's our final question of the day, my friend? Oh, I like this. Brandy said, how is Mission 25 different from serving the homeless in my own city? Well, first of all, it's a real legit missions trip experience. So it's not just serving the homeless. It's many other things like going and visiting, children's hospitals. It's going into battered women's shelters, homeless teen shelters. It's literally like 14 hours of really intense serving. Not to mention you meet some amazing people that are out there serving with you. And then it's one of those things where the whole, from start to finish of a mission, Mission 25 it's not like serving in your own city because you're totally out of your comfort zone. You're totally being challenged and pushed to try something new. We have a list of 25 different mission and actions that we challenge people to try to accomplish in one day. So, we work you. We really push you. So that's how it's a little different in my opinion. Mike, you feel the same way?
That is definitely true. And you mentioned meeting great people. One of the truly interesting and powerful dynamics of a Mission 25 is that the people that are really interested in serving, just iron sharpeneth iron, the Bible says, and getting around people that are like-minded, that have like passions, and are headed in the same direction is so edifying and so uplifting spiritually. And where else are you going to find, 75 to 100 people that are focused on doing, Matthew 25 serving, literally that want to give?
The fact that most of the people that come to our mission trips are usually the only one in their church that halfway care. Hate to say it. So it's really encouraging to come meet other people like you that have your passion, your heartbeat, and then to get to build friendships and connections. Really, Mission 25 is a big network. It's a big movement. It's a big family. we got each other's back, that everybody helps each other. Like lifelong friends have been established through Mission 25. And it's like what Mike said, people that are like you, that have your kind of passion. Let's be honest, in your church, how many people really want to go out and serve the homeless with you? We go at like 5 a.m. and give juice to the homeless, and Starbucks coffee, and then we go take them out to breakfast. Literally like put them in our cars, go out to eat with them. So when you're sitting in a restaurant with, 100, homeless people and mission, people that are intense about, the atmosphere is insane. It's amazing. When you see in the restaurant, there's nothing like it. I've been all over the world. You can't even imagine the amount of experiences I've had. There's nothing like being in a restaurant and seeing all these homeless people sitting there having a meal, a good meal, not just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, not just, some spaghetti and maybe one piece of garlic bread. I'm talking about like a real legit meal with real people that literally care about them. That like sometimes these homeless people said this is the first time we've had a real conversation with someone that actually cared to listen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like literally. Like you don't know how lonely these people feel. So the list goes on and on and on. Randy, we'd love for you and Bill to come, and you're some of my best people. So let's try to talk them into it. Maybe I can help in on that. Maybe I'll give him a buzz myself and try to talk him into it. Tell him if he goes to Atlanta, he better come to a Mission 25.
That's right.
All right, we'll set that up, Randy. Have you ever tried to create a program to get homeless off the street, maybe one at a time? Yes and no, not really, only because we do, believe it or not, we actually partner with other, ministries and programs that are already doing it. So a lot of times what we do is take our energy and our resources and help them that are already got something set up like that. And it might be down the road. I mean, we do help them. We probably have helped maybe 10 homeless people get apartments and get off the streets. So it has happened. But anyways, we're out of time. Our Soul Winner show starts in literally a minute. So if you guys want to hear some soul winning stuff and get jacked up about soul winning, join our Soul Winning show. We'll look forward to connecting with you. Love you guys, my friends. God bless.
See y'all later.